Charlie Hurt joining me this morning. I don't think the Democrats want Joe Biden to run, and I think they may use his age and possible impeachment as a way to get him out. What say you?
I think increasingly, I think you're right about that. I would have said, a year ago that Joe Biden was an absolute certainty to be the nominee. But with everything coming up, and I think you're exactly right, I think it has to do with concerns about his age, but also this broadening scandal. And I think that last week was a real tipping point with those IRS whistleblowers. I think that despite the media's effort to squelch that, it broke through, and it's starting to break through, and they're no longer able to contain it, where it has become obvious that you're looking at a man who has spent 50 years in public life, in politics, in Washington as a politician, and clearly used that time to enrich himself and his family. And once that tips in that direction, it's really hard to put the toothpaste back in the tube. And you make the very important point about where is his campaign. I think in previous years, in the previous election, he didn't need a campaign because he had the media working for him. But as this starts to shift away and it becomes increasingly obvious that the man he's unfit for office, he's going to find out that not spending on a campaign is not going to work for him this time.
Yeah,
the Easter Bunny won't be there to save him this time.
Well said. Donald Trump's going after Senate Republicans. He says they failed to act on President Biden's allegations. Can the Senate really do anything, though, with Democrats in the majority?
Well, that's just a minor detail. Of course, they can't do anything at this point except raise attention, and they are doing that. They're doing a very good job. Chuck Grassley has done an enormous service to the country by highlighting these problems. But this is vintage Donald Trump. He's right in that Republicans need to go after Joe Biden and do everything they can to do what the media refuses to do in terms of exposing Joe Biden. But this is vintage Donald Trump because, and this is why a lot of people love him so much, is that he takes an opportunity, in partisan politics, nobody ever goes after their own team. And it's what so many Americans hate. Donald Trump never misses an opportunity to go after his own team and urge his own team to do better and to do more. And Republicans hate it. It's why so many Republicans in Washington hate him, but it engenders so much enthusiasm and appreciation and loyalty from his supporters.
Look, Trump's got a legal calendar that was extremely crowded. He's got proceedings for the next 12
yes,
months.
He does.
Yeah, I mean, will those proceedings, the legal problems, do you think that will increase his base?
I think that, yes, the short answer is absolutely, I think it will. But the guy's like Teflon Don. I mean, the guy, I've never seen anybody who takes more hits than this guy and turns it around to his strength. And I think that even in this case, as serious as indictments are, the idea that you would have court cases and, the threats of jail time hanging over any normal politician, it would destroy them. But for Donald Trump, mainly because he is such an outsider. And this just underscores the degree to which he is an outsider and the degree to which even Republicans, but especially Democrats in Washington, despise him. And I think a lot of people in the country so hate Washington and politicians that they're like, okay, well, if they hate this guy that much, then he must be doing something right.
You know what, Charlie? Politics is really fun, isn't it? I mean, I just really enjoy being in politics, so to speak. Charlie Hurt, everybody. He loves politics. We'll be back with you a bit later on.